Okay then, people, welcome back to the Promotion Power Rankings on the League of 72 channel, the one channel that you need to subscribe to if you are a fan of a team in the EFL or if you just love the EFL. This is how it works. 19 spots. So, of course, there's 6 spots for the playoffs in the Championship, 6 for League One, and 7 in League Two. That makes 19, guys. And with 19 places up for grabs for the playoffs, we wanted to put together a chart that highlights how likely your team is in terms of going up this season. So deep down, you want to be in the top 10 of the power rankings, and so many teams are going up and down. Now, there were less games this week, so we won't be focusing on the Championship as much. We'll be focusing on the big games in League One and League Two, which was utter chaos this week and has, of course, changed our power rankings. So hopefully your team's gone up, hopefully they haven't gone down, and most importantly, hopefully they haven't gone completely out of the 19. Let's get straight into it. In first place, retaining that top spot at the moment, Fulham, dominating. Only a couple of players playing international football. Nico Williams and Harry Wilson in particular doing great stuff for Wales. They keep that same spot. They want to keep all those players fit for their big game this weekend against my beloved Queen's Park Rangers. In second spot, moving up one place from last week, and we didn't talk about it much last week, but that victory against Colchester United, 1-0 victory on the Monday night game, that stopped that 7-match winless run for Forest Green Rovers and puts them in a nice, steady position at the top of League Two. Surely they can't spoil it from here in. Third spot, going down one place this week, Wigan Athletic. Quite a few teams in League One didn't play this weekend. Wigan Athletic were one of those, so they had to move down just one spot because of that victory for Forest Green Rovers last week, because they do look pretty steady in there. And as you're about to see, League Two is utter chaos. Next up, in fourth position this week, going up one spot, Exeter City, who did play this week. Huge victory for them this week, a 2-1 win against Stevenage. They're now on an undefeated run of 6 matches in a row. They got a 0-0 draw against Port Vale earlier in the week, and then, as I say, that 2-1 victory. And it's that same name that we've spoken about in the last couple of weeks, Giovanni Brown, but on this occasion he was teaming up with Sam Stubbs for both goals in this game. Let's show you these goals, because I think it says a hell of a lot about where they're at the moment. They're on a cracking run, but importantly, Giovanni Brown, he now has 11 assists in League Two. Sam Stubbs, who's the son of Alan Stubbs, scores 2 bullet headers. And look, in any form of football, you need to be scoring set-piece goals. But Exeter rank mid-table for set-piece goals, and with 11. So to score 2 in one match was absolutely massive for them. What you're also going to find out in this video is how crazy the League Two fixtures are as well. So we're going to show all the teams that are in our power rankings from League Two and show their fixtures. Let's start off with Exeter, because these are the next 4 for them. Now in in second spot in the league, looking very, very strong for that second spot. But so many tough games coming up. Newport County, we'll be talking about them a little bit later on. Carlisle United are on a really strong run under Paul Simpson. We'll be talking about them a little bit later on. Colchester United have got a victory this weekend. Tranmere Rovers, who of course are in that playoff hunt as well. And they've also got Northampton and Port Vale to play as well. So it is an amazing time. And these power rankings are going to be great, because if they continue to do what they're doing, they'll be steady. But if they start to lose a few of these games, they're going to be dropping very, very quickly. In fifth spot in the power rankings this week, Rotherham, they go down one spot because of Exeter leapfrogging them. Didn't play this weekend, but still in a solid position. They've had a couple of tricky results recently, so they want to get that victory at the weekend against Portsmouth. Next up, Bournemouth also moved down one spot, again because of Exeter City. Bournemouth is an interesting one, this, because they should be absolutely fine, and it would be cataclysmic if they didn't finish in the top 2. But they have got to play 6 of the current top 10. So it's not done and dusted for them just yet. Next up, MK Dons. Their game against Crewe was postponed due to international players. Bit of a shame for them, because they've been in a really, really good run of form at the moment, winning 6 of their last 7. So that's a real shame for them. But they retain their spot in 7th in the power rankings. So looking very strong at the moment. And of course, are 3rd in the playoff positions at the moment. Luton doing brilliantly. And it's one of those where the international break was actually probably quite good for them. Yes, they've got loads of momentum right now, but they've also got their whole squad to work with, which I think is huge, with 3 massive games: Millwall, Peterborough and Huddersfield. 3 really, really winnable games for Luton, which would cement that place in the playoffs, or who knows? You can dream. Maybe they could even get that automatic place off Bournemouth. I'd be surprised, but still, they're looking solid in there after coming into our power rankings last week as a new entry. In ninth position, Northampton Town. Now, Northampton Town go up one spot. They went down quite a few last week, but have stopped the rot here. Huge for them to get this victory against Hartlepool, a 2-0 win. And we can show you the goal here. And it's one of those where the team's got to work together, but you also need that little bit of luck, and you've just got to be ready to pounce on it. And Hoskins does this. 6 minutes into the game, really poor header here by the defender, and then they look to break pretty quickly. Apere, the forward for Northampton, getting the ball to Hoskins, puts it through his legs. It's all these little moments, all these opportunities that you take instead of not taking that can be the difference for Northampton Town at this point. It's huge for them to get those goals. It's huge for them to get that 2-0 victory. But what we always knew was that they won't concede too many. So a 2-0 victory, it's another clean sheet for Northampton Town, who've been brilliant at the back this season. And a different role for Mitchell Pinnock in this game, played a bit more centrally. Hartlepool struggled to deal with him with their double pivot on Mitchell Pinnock. Really good, solid victory for Northampton. As promised, let's have a look at the fixtures for Northampton Town, because League Two, as we said a few times now, is chaos. Mansfield Town is next up for them, away from home. Mansfield Town are in incredible form. That is going to be such a tough game for them. Bradford City seem to be playing a lot of the teams in the playoff hunt as well, so that'll be an interesting game for them. They'll want to win that, and probably the next two after that, which puts them in a good place. Of course, they've still got to play Exeter City, second to last game. And if we have a look at the league table, you can see that game could be absolutely massive when it comes to the power rankings and, of course, just automatic promotion. 68 points to 66 at the time of recording. If we keep that up there, what you can see as well is in fourth spot, Port Vale. Port Vale are 10th on our power rankings, going up 9 spots this week in the power rankings. A 2-0 victory against Sutton, and they went from 8th to 4th in League Two this week. Absolutely fantastic stuff for them. And an amazing stat for all Port Vale fans. They are now the only team of the 92 teams in Football League who have beaten every single other team in the Football League, all 91, after that 2-0 victory against Sutton, which could have been very, very awkward for them. But they are the team to beat right now, Port Vale. And we can see from these goals here, the first goal in particular, we'll show you the second a little bit later on, and we'll tease that one up. But this first one from James Wilson just shows what they're doing right now. It's really, really good stuff from them. Flooding men into the box. Yes, there's a little bit of luck there with James Wilson, but he's there sniffing out the goals, and he's had his best season ever in the Football League in his career, and he's got to be absolutely delighted with that, as is Daniel Beresford, who is a Port Vale fan and has a lot to say about how Port Vale are getting on. Check this out.
So Monday after the Vale beat Sutton 2-0, and what a great team performance it was right from front to back. I thought everyone was fantastic. Defence was solid, midfield did the job, strikers, Proctor and Wilson linking up really well. And who knows where we can go from here. Certainly we're in form, we're playing well, but 8 games, so there's going to be twists and turns, but automatics on, and let's just look at that Jamie Proctor goal and talk about it. What a strike, and I don't think you'll see a better goal than in the division all season, because what a strike that was. And let's hope we can get a few more between now and the end of the season. But exciting times for us Vale fans at the moment.
Automatics are on. He believes. He does believe in it. And look, Port Vale, 10th in the rankings at the moment. Possibly in a couple of weeks should be a lot higher up. 14 shots inside the box against Sutton United, or the Sutton, as Daniel likes to refer to him. And let's show you that goal then from Proctor. Now, look, people are not going to like this, and how dare I even say this? But I think it's all right, this goal. I think it's okay. But I think Proctor's got this in this locker. I think people will maybe patronise him a little bit here. But it is, I mean, it's pretty special, let's be honest, as he wheels away. There's an element of shock there as he wheels away, I reckon, from Proctor. But an absolute belter of a goal. And Port Vale are the informed team in the EFL. In 11th spot, Bristol Rovers dropping 3 spots after coming into the promotion power rankings last week. 2 back-to-back 1-0 victories. They've been very tight at the back. But when games are tight like that, you can be victim to the other side of it. And that's what occurred in this game. A 1-0 defeat against a resurgent Carlisle United. Look, it was one of those games where actually they weren't that great. I mean, they did dominate the ball, but Carlisle had 4 big chances from 34% possession. And we can show you the goal as well. And it's a real bit of quality from Amari Patrick. I mean, this is just beautiful skills. And yes, they get a little bit of luck with it, but Amari Patrick was kind of working down that left-hand side a lot of the time, coming out wide to get on the ball. And he's got absolutely no right to get where he gets to here. But amazing quick feet, great burst of pace, puts the cross in. They do get that little bit of luck, but it falls. They score the goal. And Bristol Rovers weren't able to get themselves an equaliser and get themselves back into the game. Disappointing result for them, especially when you look at the fixtures for Bristol Rovers moving forward. It's going to be a very, very important few games for them because these are all really tough games. Spoken about Bradford City. Tranmere Rovers are fighting for their lives at the moment, but are struggling a little bit. But as I say, I've got a lot to play for. Salford City aren't out of this at the moment. We might need to talk about them in a couple of weeks if they keep winning games the way they have been. And of course, Port Vale, we just spoke about them, the informed team in League Two. And after that, the game after that is Forest Green Rovers. So for Bristol Rovers right now, it's a bit of a scary time for them. Let's have a look at the League One table now as we move on to 12th place in the power rankings. Dropping down one spot this week is Plymouth. This was probably the game of the weekend in the EFL League One, up against Ipswich Town, who you can see in 9th place there, 64 points. And for Plymouth, it's one of those where keep calm and carry on. They've been an amazing run under Schumacher, 6-game winning streak. And I think the killer here for them was losing Bolton, their centre-back, losing him after 25 minutes. We can show you the goal now in what was, a tight game in terms of the scoreline, but only 3 shots in the entire game for Plymouth, who struggled to get going offensively. Ipswich dominating the ball. And the new centre-back coming in, it felt like there wasn't that same kind of solidity and consistency in the positions of the team. And Morsey gets the goal for Ipswich, who are on a real run. Are they going to run out of road to get themselves into those playoff places? Only time will tell. But for Plymouth, they're in a decent spot in the league. I think the thing to say now is maybe automatic promotion is going to be too much for them to grab. But who knows? You never know. Let us know in the comments below if you still believe that Plymouth can get in the automatic promotion places. Right, guys, I've got a massive question for people from, let's say, Sheffield, because the next 2 spots, Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. Let's talk about those 2 clubs, and then I've got a big question for you at the end, okay? So first of all, in the power rankings, 13th place, dropping down 1, basically because they haven't got a game this week, I think, more than anything. Sheffield United. Overall, Heckingbottom's come in and done brilliantly for them. Has been patchy at times in the last few games, but they find themselves nestled in the playoff places in 5th spot at the moment, 61 points. Looking like if they can continue the form that they're on, they should be fine. And of course, they've essentially got a Premier League squad at this moment in time. I know some people might disagree. Sheffield United fans have had their moments with the squad, but it looks like a really, really strong squad at this moment in time. In 14th spot, a team that played this weekend with a great victory, a 4-1 victory at home against Cheltenham Town, Sheffield Wednesday. Now, Sheffield Wednesday are a new entry into the promotion power rankings, and deservedly so. And they're also a new entry into the playoffs, into 6th spot in League One. Both hugely contested leagues, of course, the Championship and League One. And that 4-1 victory looked like it was comfortable, but Alfie May scored a goal for Cheltenham Town early on in the game. And what I really like, and I think you can see it from this goal, this is the 3rd goal from the Sheffield Wednesday versus Cheltenham Town game. And what this shows to me is that this is a really competent team that knows what they're doing, and they're getting bodies in the box. They're confident in what they're doing. Look at Barry Bannon, a little look over his shoulder, and then this gorgeous little pass. And then Hunt making his way into the box. You've got nearly 5 bodies in the box by that point, and it's a great goal for the team. And I think that's a great signifier of where Sheffield Wednesday are at right now. They're a team that you're not going to want to play in the playoffs. And Peter is a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Peter Adolfson Lohman. He's got some stats on Sheffield Wednesday that can make all Sheffield Wednesday fans happy. Big question coming after this VT. So check this out.
We've got goals flowing from all over the pitch. 19 different players have scored for us, which is unbettered among the 92. We've bet against good teams. We've got 6 wins against the current top 8, which is only matched by Sunderland. 2 key words for us: resilience and relentlessness in attack. I'm quietly confident.
See how he went to drop the mic there, guys? That's how Peter's feeling right now. He's feeling confident. They are beating those other teams. As I said, you do not want to play Sheffield Wednesday in the playoffs. But do you want to play Sheffield United? Here's the question. Would you rather be a Sheffield United fan or a Sheffield Wednesday fan right now when it comes to your chances for getting promoted? Next 3 games for Sheffield United: Stoke, QPR and Bournemouth. And we can have a look at Sheffield Wednesday's next few fixtures as well. Wimbledon, Bolton, MK Dons, of course, is a tough one, but Crewe are right down there. So you would be expecting 3 wins possibly from those to make it absolutely safe and get yourself in the playoffs and then give yourself that chance to get yourself promoted. So let me know in the comments below, who do you think has a better chance of going up this season from their division? Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United? Ready for some alliteration? We're getting to the precarious positions in the promotion power rankings. Yep. The 15th spot, Oxford United didn't play this weekend. That great victory for Sheffield Wednesday puts them above them this week, but they're still looking very, very strong under Robinson. Middlesbrough go down 1 spot to a 16th spot. Again, didn't play this week, but are in a great position at the moment. Currently actually in 7th place in the Championship playoffs, but I think with the quality that they've got and now coming out of the FA Cup run, maybe they're going to be in a good place to move forward. 3 big games for them coming up: Peterborough, Fulham and Hull. And then back to the chaos of League 2, Mansfield. Now Mansfield are in 8th spot at the moment, but Mansfield are also back and got a crucial victory against Oldham, who are fighting for their lives right now. The last-minute goal, I think we can show you it now. George Lapsey, who came on for Matty Longstaff, who's been brilliant for them. Absolutely brilliant. Ryan Oates with the shot here. Hits the bar, and not the prettiest at all. But again, it doesn't matter at this moment in time. It's just the only thing that matters is that you're scoring goals and winning games, and that's a crucial victory for them. They now find themselves just 1 point behind Tranmere, Newport, Bristol Rovers and Port Vale. I told you it was absolute chaos. Let's have a look at their fixtures then. Hartlepool, Northampton, Forest Green, Scunthorpe. Really, really tough games, that Northampton and Forest Green games. And it is so up for grabs. The up and down of this is going to be absolutely crazy. Those Northampton and Forest Green games, they could really rattle a few cages for them, doing really, really great stuff at Mansfield. And a big thing is Quinn on that left-hand side, as well as Ryan Oates, as I said, had a great game for them. Matty Longstaff on that right-hand side. They are in a really good place, but somehow aren't in the playoff positions, but are in our promotion power rankings. Tranmere dropping out this week because they lost their game in the last minute. That's the difference. Winning or losing in the last minute can be absolutely huge. 18th spot, Newport County, who are dropping week on week when it comes to the power rankings this week. Just 1 spot this week, but dropped quite a few last week. 0-0, bit of a bore draw, but Bradford City with a better side in that game as well, which is disappointing for Newport County. The biggest reason for this when it comes to Newport County has to be down to Dom Telford. He's been so brilliant for them, so many goals this season, but it's 6 matches now since he scored for Newport County. And if they don't score goals, they're going to somehow fall out of these playoff places despite being so brilliant this season. Let's have a look at that League 2 table because they're part of this 63 club, which is just absolutely amazing right now. Port Vale, Newport County, Bristol Rovers, Tranmere Rovers, all on 63 points. Sutton, who are dropped like a bit of a stone the last couple of weeks, on 61 points. They are not out of it either. And you can't even see Salford at the moment. They're in the 11th spot. They've got a couple of games in hand. If they can win theirs, they're in the hunt as well. It is absolutely amazing. And when we look at the fixtures for Newport County, Exeter City, Swindon, Crawley and Sutton United. Huge games for these guys. In particular, those next 2, Exeter City and Swindon Town. These are teams that like to get on the ball, in particular Swindon Town, and that's going to be very, very difficult for them. Last spot in our 19 then, Huddersfield Town. They're unfortunate as well because they're in 4th spot. They lose 1 game to Bournemouth and they find themselves dropping. But as we say, this is the promotion power rankings. That's why you got to turn up every single week and watch them, because now Huddersfield are in a spot where you're thinking, okay, even if they do get in the playoffs, have they got the quality to beat some of these other teams? Now, this is just my opinion, of course. We want to hear your opinion, so let us know in the comments below. 2 teams fell out of the power rankings this week. It's not over for either of them. One is in 7th. Actually, they're both in 7th. Tranmere losing to Colchester, last-minute defeat. They need to sort themselves out, and the big problem for them is they're not scoring goals. 44 goals for Tranmere this season is not enough. One where I was looking at the bench, Nicky Maynard's there. I'm thinking, maybe you need to get this guy on the pitch, because to have that recognised striker who knows where the goal is could be crucial. The big difference feels like not having James Vaughan in that team is really, really hurting them right now. And the other one, Sunderland. Sunderland fans will be thinking, oh no, what's going on here? Pop out of the power rankings at the moment, but of course didn't play this week. So that's the big reason why they make their way out. But it is so tight. I mean, in the promotion power rankings, but also in the playoff places. So this is the place to be when it comes to the next few weeks. We will keep you up to date as to the runners and riders. And there's still a lot of teams just beneath those who could make that little run for the playoffs. So make sure you keep it tuned, keep it locked on the League of 72 and the promotion power rankings. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to the League of 72 and we'll see you next week.